Kong Supernova. We got the teaser trailer of this. I want to say Friday, also maybe
Yeah,
Saturday, but for sure Friday. Yeah, Friday.
it was
And
Friday.
we got the
A
teaser
few
trailer
hours
of
after
this.
the tribute video.
And there has been so much speculation with this news. Good God. And I know, Jordan, you saw a bit in the video that I am going to let you go over, but I do have a quick question for you. Since everybody else is already doing it, we might as well do it also. What do you think this monster is going to be for Supernova? Who is coming? Who is coming,
Listen,
Jordan?
I blame one man. Dude, I read that comment I read his post on our Facebook mentioning the specific non-binary code and what it translates to as soon as I came back from work. And I literally hogged the living room TV in trying to translate and trying to figure out every freaking second in that teaser trailer. Figuring out like what other like side messages are they sending us, within this teaser. And then Michelle was with me. She came back from work and she helped me translate the non-binary codes.
Okay.
Again, I blame one man because of what he had mentioned in our post was what drew my attention to want to figure out the non-binary codes. And sorry, not sorry. Spoiler in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The non-binary codes translate to Space Godzilla. And listen. Wait, hold up, listen. I am a believer in story building. Like, we gave our opinions about last night's Backlash. It was trash.
It was trash.
The only good match was the main event, John versus Randy. But damn, that buildup was lazy. It was horrendous. We all know what makes specific we all know what makes specific wrestling matches good is the buildup to a story. There was no buildup to Space Godzilla whatsoever. Yes, we could say, and argue the cave painting of the Godzilla with the wings. In the previous movie, they called Godzilla the one who ate a star. What if that was like an Easter egg? Whatever. But like, nonetheless, hold on one second. I'm going to read Leslie Chambers' comment here. What I love most about this is that it's further confirmation that the Monsterverse is not going to die. The title itself sounds like a super fun party. Sign me up for that shit. Literally. Long live the Monsterverse. I know that there's some people that wanted to die, but nonetheless, long live the Monsterverse. Yeah, and speaking of Monsterverse, this is the Monsterverse simp right here. The Monsterverse Maniac. How's it? F it, more Monsterverse is fun Monsterverse. Hey, literally. But it's just like, if I wanted Space Godzilla in this, I would have loved to have seen like a build up to Space Godzilla, like a proper build up to him. Especially, like, I already gave my opinion about how I felt about Space Godzilla on our Godzilla versus Space Godzilla show. I feel like he lives up more to like Godzilla's arch nemesis than King Ghidorah does, and that's just my opinion. So hey, listen, I've mentioned it, and I did not hold it back, and I still live up to it to this day, and I'll still preach that. So what I would hope out of this, if it is Space Godzilla, and this new director, in his eyes, resurrects the Monsterverse because he feels like it's a dying freaking franchise. that instead of killing off Space Godzilla, they wound him to the point where he flees out to space again. Recuperates, but while he's recuperating, he's come up with a plan. Hence, maybe later on down the road, a Destroy All Monsters. The monsters from space wanting to take control of the planet Earth. But the way they have to do it is to fend off the Titans of Earth. And their leader, the king of the monsters, Godzilla. In an all-out battle. In an all-out war. That would be the only thing I'd want out of this. Nonetheless, if it is confirmed that it is Space Godzilla, I would be extremely hyped to see what Space Godzilla is going to look like, because with the technology that we have in special effects now, it's insane. Let alone for that of a giant monster, and one more so in particular, Space Godzilla. Like Takashi Yamazaki said, if there's any monster he'd love to see in modern cinematic, it'd be Ghidorah, because of what you can do now, and just the unlimited things you could do with CGI would be freaking amazing. And to translate it to that would also apply to that of somebody like Space Godzilla. So
absolutely,
I am extremely excited about this. Man, yo, those toy lines are gonna go crazy. So I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. What I did mention before finding out what the codes translated to, I was hoping that we were going to get another original monster, such as Scar King, Shimo, and the other Titans that we've had that are not licensed under Toho. I was hoping for that, but I think the way, especially in the last movie, not that the last movie was bad, but it kind of lived up to the importance, or if not that, the what it means to have Godzilla in the movie. In my opinion, I love King of the Monsters. I love it more than any other MonsterVerse film out there, specifically because it was they brought back Rodan, they brought back Mothra, they brought back King Ghidorah, and with the concept art that was given to us, we could have had Gigan, we could have had Kamacuras, we could have had Kong pulled up the freaking bow to Godzilla, because that was in the freaking concept art of what their initial plans were going to do. They were even going to throw in Gamera. So it's just hey, listen, if there's going to be any monster, and at this point in the MonsterVerse, especially with the last movie, if there's any monster that could be thrown in there that seems realistic, it is Space Godzilla, amongst a plethora of other classic Godzilla Toho kaiju. But, oh man, with the name Supernova, I can't see anybody else under that name other than Space Godzilla. So, what are your thoughts, buddy?
So, I have a theory, Jordan. So, if it's not specifically Space Godzilla, let's say it's another original alien that comes to Earth, okay?
Okay.
Godzilla, quote unquote, defeats it, but before he dies, he does make it back to Earth. He does make it back to space and everything, and maybe we get the origin that Space Godzilla came from, but instead of it being either being Biollante cells or Mothra cells, it's that Titan that Godzilla defeated cells, and somehow that creates Space Godzilla, and that's how the Godzilla cells gets to space. Because that would give us some backstory.
And it'll be kind of similar to the origin story we had in the original '94 movie. I would like that. I would like that, but again, for a monster like Space Godzilla, and granted, I'm also taking into consideration that they also need to learn from their mistakes by killing off King Ghidorah. There's no way in hell y'all should have killed him off and then continue like as if nothing ever happened. When Ghidorah, in my opinion,
And
it's showing me.
Mechagodzilla.
Yes, I mean, oh, listen, I could go on a whole freaking spiel
We
of why I hate
both
the
can.
monsters. But like for King Ghidorah's sake, like in my opinion, he felt like more to this day in any other MonsterVerse movie that we've had so far. Ghidorah still lives up to the biggest threat that Godzilla's ever gone up against in the monster.
The real world destroyer.
Yes,
Was King Ghidorah in that
and
film.
to kill him off was just like, God damn it. Like, you guys did not know the gateway of what you could have done using the Ghidorah character, branching out into a whole nother atmosphere other than the Titan Wars, ancient civilization, ancient history. Now we could have really dove into like specifically this, like the whole supernova gimmick with obviously going out into outer space. You know, we could have had proper lore with Ghidorah. We could have, I mean, that we know we could probably still get that, but we could have had so much more. So that's why I don't want them to, if Space Godzilla is the character, I don't want them to kill him off because I want to continue to build. I want the MonsterVerse to build. And this is coming from somebody that loves the MonsterVerse. I will sit there and enjoy it like I'm watching a wrestling pay-per-view. Despite knowing what's going on or not, regardless, I'll sit there and watch it. But like at least for a character like Space Godzilla, to learn from their mistake with what they did with Ghidorah, keep him alive. That would be the only thing I would hope for. If the character is Space Godzilla.
Exactly, because they can't kill off Space Godzilla because he's really the only. Well, no, not gonna say that. Because technically, Ghidorah could be awarded in the threat also if they ever brought him in, to be fair. But yeah, with Space Godzilla, you can't kill off Space Godzilla because you have practically nobody left if you kill off Space Godzilla. So hopefully they do learn from the mistakes, don't kill the big bad, maybe injure him, or hell, have Godzilla lose. Don't have him get killed, but have him lose and have an Avengers Infinity War type of ending.
You know, I don't like seeing Godzilla lose.
I don't either. You and Eric are big babies about that. But if it's gonna make for a better film after that, though, I'm cool with it. I can watch Godzilla lose. It's okay.
And I also think what hold on, I want to read what Leslie said right here. Do y'all really want the MonsterVerse Godzilla to come back considering what we saw the last time? Or should I refer him by his other name? That's crazy.
Oh my god. I hate listening.
Leslie, I hate the MonsterVerse Mechagodzilla. And it's not even because of that. I feel like that was another wasted character for him not even to be mentioned in any title. Like, let me see, Mechagodzilla, Monster Kid Corey. I think Monster Kid Corey beat me to it once again. Mechagodzilla is so famous that even the kid in the movie knew his name. I mean, and that kind of ties into what I was trying to say. Like, Mechagodzilla is a stable in Godzilla, in the Godzilla world. And personally, I just felt like Mechagodzilla could have been introduced for a separate movie alone, where it's just like him and Godzilla fighting. Or even if it was the Godzilla X Kong movie, he could have just been introduced in any of the other Godzilla X Kong movies, but make him like the predominant threat of the entire thing. Not like on some last minute crap to where he only has like 20, 15 minutes of screen time, if not that, maybe even less, to get died out in the last portion of the movie. Like, nah, I didn't like that at all. But yeah, that's the only critique I have. And of course I still have concerns being that the director of this movie has no faith in the MonsterVerse, and that's why I kept on using the quotation marks of a dying franchise, because he has mentioned that. But I mean, with the
you know what? We could be misinterpreting his words. Maybe he's trying. Well, hopefully, this is me trying to be optimistic. Obviously, glass half full. Maybe he was saying before he became the director, the MonsterVerse was dying at that point, and maybe that's his way of saying, "I'm about to revive this bitch." We'll see. Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm being optimistic, but
no,
we'll
you know
see.
what? Yeah, and maybe that's how he was interpreting it. Bro, you know, Godzilla fans were stubborn, and
Yeah, we are.
we love the name that is Godzilla. You know, so it's just anybody that talks negative about it, especially when they're working on a Godzilla project, it makes me be like, well, then why are you working on it when this could possibly be given to somebody else that would find way much more of appreciation to it than you do? But maybe
Yeah,
you're right. Maybe you are right. But only one way to find out, and that's just to wait till 2027.
I mean, with the name Supernova, shit.
The possibilities are freaking endless, dude. So literally, like, I don't even know what to expect.